Hi guys, it's Mrs. Santiago here, and today we're going to be exploring the verb tener. We're also going to be looking at a few verbs that have a similar change. Remember, this is a pace lesson, so you're going to have a presentation of the verb in context. Then the attention to form is the color change of the verb, so you can keep a watch on it and see what it's doing. Then the C is for co-construction, and together we'll figure out how it's changing and make some observations. And then the E is for extension as we practice using that verb. Okay, vámonos. So watch the verb change. Yo no tengo un sofá en mi dormitorio. So think about how is the verb changing and what does the slide mean? Yo no tengo un sofá en mi dormitorio. ¿Tú tienes un comedor en tu casa? ¿Tú tienes un comedor en tu casa? Mi perro tiene una casita nueva. Mi perro tiene una casita nueva. Mi hermana y yo tenemos un dormitorio pequeño. Mi hermana y yo tenemos un dormitorio pequeño. Ellos tienen dos sillones cafés. Ellos tienen dos sillones cafés. Now let's look at tener and those sentences together. Look at the purple verb morado and see how is it changing. Tengo, tienes, tiene, tenemos, tienen. Take a minute and see what observations you can make. What do you think the verb means? What type of verb is it? What's the root? What's the ending? How is the stem changing? Is there a change? If there is, does it relate to anything that we've already seen? Take a minute. Okay, hopefully you did notice some changes. This verb is interesting. It is an ER verb based on the ending. If you go from the root TEN and you look through the sentences, you should be seeing that there is a stem change. Now here you could see the stem change in three forms, tú, él, ella, usted, and the plural, ellos, ellas, ustedes. It goes from TEN to TIEN. But then when you look at the yo and nosotros form, we can see that it is an E to IE stem change, except in those two forms. It is a boot verb because it kicks out the nosotros form back to TENEMOS, so tenemos. But here we also have something original, which is considered a yo-go verb because it takes the TEN base and adds a G before the O. So tener is an E to IE stem changer and a yo-go verb. What does tener mean? Well, you should remember back from the chapter with the school supplies that tener means to have. This is the chart for tener. Yo tengo, tú tienes, él, ella, usted tiene, nosotros tenemos, vosotros tenéis, and ellos, ellas, ustedes tienen. So there it is. I kind of drew in a modified boot and emphasized the tango part of it. To have. It is a modified boot. Okay, here's a couple of other verbs that have a similar change. So we're going to look at a couple more stem changers. So entender, to understand. Empezar, to start. And querer, to want. Querer is a little bit of a review. Entender and empezar are new. Please note that the stem change is what we're looking at here. These are different endings. We have an ER in entender, an AR in empezar, and then back to an ER for querer. So you are going to want to watch the endings as you're actually conjugating. So let's take a look. Here's some sentences, and they're kind of mixed up in all different verbs, but what are we really looking at? we're looking to see if you can identify that stem change. So, ¿tú entiendes las calculaciones de álgebra? Noah empieza su tarea en la escuela. Mis hermanos quieren teléfonos nuevos. Nosotros entendemos la información de los verbos. Yo no entiendo francés. Okay, so if you look, you should be seeing that in all of them, there is a stem change. Okay, the stem change goes from E to IE in all forms. Now, these are a little mixed up. Yo is at the bottom, then two, then one person, but it's the same thing. There's a stem change in all of them. It goes from E to IE, okay, except in the nosotros form, which it kicks it out. So again, these are regular boot verbs, not modified because there is no yo, go here, just an E to IE stem changing verb because there is no stem change in the nosotros form. You can see it goes back to that original entendemos. Okay, so querer is our example. If we put querer and we do the boot around it, you can easily see that querer means to want, and then it's yo quiero, tú quieres, él, ella, usted quiere, nosotros queremos, and ellos quieren. It is a boot verb because nosotros queremos goes back to the original stem, and think of it as nosotros being booted out of the boot. So those are the additional stem changing verbs that we're going to talk about today. So E to IE stem changers. Now I'm hoping that you can put the information that you've learned into action and make some awesome sentences to express yourself as completely as possible. Gracias.